Good morning. Good morning. Yay, it's working. All right, I'm having to do some back end stuff real quickly. Oh, please don't let me delete something I need. I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay. I'm okay today. I've been having a hell of a morning with the stream. Dig, diggies. Oh, I got 2 boars. I thought that was a sow. Okay. Nope, I was having a hell of a problem with my mic. All I could hear was static. No one can hear anything. And I finally figured out what it was. I had to test it a few times. And I'm just gonna go get the goat or a man goat? That's a man goat. I'm gonna go get this iron. Is that a nanny? That's a nanny. Oh, and I even went and I crafted the, oh, I left it on the damn boat. But I crafted the other, well, no, I don't need stone. I need this pickaxe. Okay. I'm glad I would have messed up. Sorry, everyone. I was having a lot of issues this morning with the audio that I didn't even know. But I fixed it. My voice is still a little, sore. It's not too bad. It's not the first time. Can I go up here and get those? Is there any way I can jump up here? Nope, can't get the height. Oh, hold on. Maybe right here. Yep. No. That's not it. This is it. Oh, I knew I was gonna fall. Okay. I'm just doing this till I get the iron, so I can get the... I'm trying to get a new ship. I'm trying to make the super fast one. And I need iron, a lot of iron. So I'll probably have to do this multiple times, but I'm just gonna do it once. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with leaving that. Oh, I can get that over there. I was afraid I wasn't gonna play this. Like I was gonna stop after I beat it, but there's just a lot more to do. And now they're talking maybe 3 months until the next land is introduced. Like early. And everybody moved on to Feroza and Subnautica. I have to wait probably another 2-3 weeks before I can afford to get another game. The hospital bill. It's not so much like that. The insurance takes care of it, but the money I had to spend while we were in there. I'll get a reimbursement from my company in a little bit, but not all of it. Like, they're not going to pay for the meals and all that. But it adds up. But it's fine. As long as I have power, as long as I have food to eat, it would all be good. But yeah, I'm feeling fine. Protect me, my... Where'd he go? Where is... I don't know. Oh, is he down there? I summoned the boar, but I don't see him. I should have went back to the ship. I don't have my comfort bonus. But it's gonna take a while for my stuff to, Oh, I heard it. Is it up here? There he is. Hey, bud. Maybe it took a second for him to spawn in. I'm listening for goats. I know they're here. My pig will take him out. Come on, Ruffle, what are you doing? There you go. Can I jump on? No, I was gonna say, can I jump on those and run along the top of them? Yeah, I should have went back to the ship to get the comfort bonus. Taking so long to refill. You know what? I'll drink coffee. That refills your stamina fast, they say. Oh yeah, it does. And I'm not using as much. I gotta be careful now. I hear him fighting out there. And my warthog might not survive. Oh, nope. There you go. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? Fall down? Yep. Ah, sucker. There's another one down here. I know there's 3. Let's grab some more of this while we're here. Get out of here. I'm shipbuilding at the old house. The old house is gonna be like a shipbuilding. Because it's easier. I found out that where my wharf is at the new house, it's not connected to the storages. So I have to like constantly be bringing stuff in and out of the house. So if I go to the old house, it's just, you know, go back to the wharf and then I can just make it there. And I already have the cannon done up, the 36-pounder, the big, big one. Okay. So let's drop all this stuff I know I won't need. We're gonna eat those. Maybe they were only 2. Well, the coffee's filling up a little bit more faster. But the comfort is by far the best. I know that, I saw when I was coming back on that Maka's streaming. I thought about just, like, not coming back on. But I was like, you know what, no. I wanted to explain at least what happened to the people who were here. I do have something to do a little later, so it's not gonna be, like, till noon stream. I gotta go to a company. It closes at noon, but I can go at like 11. So apparently Mac is back. She's gonna be at the restaurant a little bit today. So I might go talk with her. I'm I'm surprised she didn't put in for the restaurant. Oh, no, there he is. I knew there was another one. Oh, I got him. Critical. I'm actually surprised she didn't put in for the restaurant. I thought she'd be... Well, maybe she's like Bob, doesn't have the time, you know? I know, listening to someone, Yvette is not happy. Oh, I know there's only 6 people in here, and I appreciate all of y'all. I did, the ID did put in for Bob's Burgers. I sent Bucket my business proposal. I'm not hopeful, but not because I don't think they're gonna not pick me, just... There's other people that might probably... I'm probably defeating myself, to be honest, but... It is what it is. If RJ gets it, then I'll just be like, hey, can I, manage it? You know, we can work together. No matter who runs it, I'm still gonna be not involved, like, running it, but I'll still be involved with it because I'm the ingredients person. And supposedly they're doing the, farmer's market, so I can start selling stuff there. Teabag still has his stuff up there, but I don't know if anybody is just A, doesn't need it, or... Oh, okay. I thought I wasn't picking up the stuff. Yep. I don't know if it's just nobody's picking his stuff up, or... He is selling stuff that only Rex would use, though. I will say that. Like, and Rex doesn't need that because they have their own farm. Which was my only issue. I don't have anything to build. Yeah, I do. I should have, stone. Yep. My only issue with, the Rex's whole thing, I don't have a problem. It's just that, like, when they own the own farm, I heard it go. That's a nanny goat. It's different from, like, I know y'all would say, well, you own... if I was to get the restaurant, I would own a restaurant and have a farm. But they bought their farm specifically to, alienate themselves from the other... Not alienate, that's the wrong word. But specifically so they wouldn't have to use the farm. Like, even if I own Bob's, I'm still gonna sell to, whoever owns, Up and Adam. I would still sell to Rex's if they need something. You know? The only issue I had at the time when we were doing it was that they're not gonna need any farm assistance, and then that alleviates, like, a lot of the... I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say. I don't want it to come off sounding like I'm talking bad about him. I'm not. Or if it sounds like it, I'm not meaning to. You know what, I might just leave these here. I mean, why not? Didn't see myself. Like, I'm not trying to be, like, sounding ungrateful. Let me put it that way. But my whole thing was if all the farmers, like, say Teabag got in with Up and Adam. He owns Up and Adam. I own Bob's Burgers. Well then, what would Riley, Rodney, or Sean do with their farms? They'd have to just become alcohol because they wouldn't be a need for the farm. That was my concern. I don't want to, like, alienate anyone from owning what they want to own. I don't want to prevent anyone from not having it. Oh, wow, hold on. I got some chat now. Hi, Adrenaline. Are you rude? Did you decide to... I did apply. You're one of the hardest crime. You're one of the hardest clams in the game that actually has good, let's say, math skills and economic grinders. Crime doesn't interest me. Like, I went and I did house robberies. I've done plenty of store robberies. I wanted to just, the drug thing is not me, I'll tell y'all right now. It's not me. I'll help people make it. Like, if a crew was like, hey, you know, if you want to join or whatever, I'd help make the stuff for them, like getting ingredients, but actually making it. I might sell it, depending on, you know. I've not tried that yet. I did try selling in the old server, but you had to be part of a gang, and I never was part of a gang, so I couldn't do it. I want to try the not boost in the chop shop. That looks fun to me. I can't keep falling. The chop shop looks fun. I've heard it's not really like a great money maker, but I know you can get stuff in there that you can sell, you know, to the boosting people. It just looks fun, but the problem is getting that initial setup price. And I'm sure if I sat down one day and just said, hell with it, I'll do it. I'm dropping that animal fat. I don't need that animal fat. The sulfur, I really don't need the sulfur either, though, but sulfur will have more. Look at all the rock I dropped. Sulfur will have more of a benefit. But I will. Look, I'm trying to get, when all the business stuff is done, when the businesses have been done, when I've done with the restaurants, I've made contact, they decide what they're doing. When all of that is done, then I'm going to start playing Sierra more. And I'm going to try to start doing afternoon streams with Sierra so that y'all can see what actually I'm doing. Do I need anything in here? I really don't need a lot of this stuff, so... Let's see, what don't I need here? I don't need this. Don't need these. I have so many steel nails. Don't need these. Don't need that. Actually, I did need that, but I have so much of them already that I'm fine with it. I need all that. Where did all that stuff go? Ooh, is that way? Oh, no, it's in a thing out by the ship. Yep, that box. No, we're gonna have to make the ingots here and then bring them to the house, because I don't have any charcoal at the other house. I took out the windows on the top and the bottom. I just have that one room. Oop! JV, thank you so much. Let's see. Blue shirt guy. Okay, I got that. Andy and Lizzie. Andy, J, Yavato, the man at night, and Lucio. If y'all are in here, say thank you. You know, I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. I see. I get 31 ingots. I have 40 copper. I get 30. Oh, no, look. I run out of that. That's why. Okay. Because I need 120, I think. That's going to be a while. But let's see. Can I make any? One. Do I have... I know what I can do. I just remember I have a ton of... I think I made a lot of charcoal at the old base, but I'll use all this and then use that one too. I think I have charcoal in here. I'm not sure. If not, then I can just go gather wood real quick. It's not a problem. This is the house. The other place is the base. This did a good job, though. Yeah, I can make 100 here. So that should be enough. We're gonna put this here. We're gonna drop some here. I need to start keeping some at both bases. Alright, how is this doing? I made a greenhouse. Like a complete greenhouse. I wish I had glass roofs. But, as I'll show y'all, this is the ship I'm trying to build. I should have the ingots now. Between the two of them, But I still need the timber, which I'm gonna buy. And then this should be done. The tarred fabric should be done. Because I had stuff running this morning. Yep, 35 here. 47 there. Put it in there. These guns and this hull is gonna go on the new ship with these guns. And I'm trying to get this one done, the 36, the heavy gun. Because this one is very fast, but the armor's not too good. So I might swap out the armors and then level them up later. But yeah, let's see. So I still need some linen fabric. Timber. So linen fabric and timber. I've been buying hardwood, so that's not an issue. But as for the linen fabric, it takes this to make. So I've just been growing this here. I love how that field looks in here. That looks neat. Just the blue flowers. You're just coming into like a field of flowers. But yes, I did put in for Bob's Burgers, or Burger Shot. I'm gonna call it Burger Shot. There's a lot of, like, free advertising if you just call it Burger Shot. Like, Yvette didn't change the name to Up and Adam. Because half of the time, if you watch when the truckers get some trailers, it says Up and Adam on the trailer. That's just free advertising. Alright, so I have enough linen fabric. I have enough, so the only thing I need... well, that would be it. So all now it's just a waiting game. I didn't remember. I was going to see if I got seeds. Because then I can pick all the plants at the other place and just replant them until it's full. Oh, timber. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. Look at that ship. That ship is so big. But I have enough stuff here that... oh, no, wait a minute. I have all this. I could just go buy the timber I need. What else goes here? These things go here. All the other stuff, I think, is gonna go at the other... flax seeds will come here. Hardwood will come here. I need hardwood. That can stay over... yeah, just that stuff. And the other ship has little storage. Like, very little. Okay, seeds go here. Imagine if, like... somebody wanted to play this, and they're like, oh, I just started. I could drop them all this. And you could have, like, one of your reputations just instantly maxed. I wouldn't do that, though. It kind of ruins it. Okay, 2. Can I make a piece of lumber with that? Does it take 2 or fix 3? Okay, so we're gonna go over here. So I'm gonna probably keep the people over here. And then just make this like the base. Like, that's the house, this is the base. This is where the merchants are. This is where, like, if we ever had a group of people. This... oh, all my money's on the ship, and my ship's over there. I forgot to pull it out. I destroyed the other fast boat. Because you got all the stuff back when you destroyed it. So it gave me like half of all the stuff I needed. So I need hardwood. How much is 10? 500? Don't have it. Give me 5. That'll give me... that's it right there. So when all of this stops producing, I should have everything I need. Okay, so the money can go back. Fast travel bell can go back with the wood to make it. Repair kits can go back. And that might be... yep, that's it. Repair kits. And let's go drop some stuff off. I don't think I have anything that goes in there. Blanks. in, and the bullets would go here. Everything else is treasure, or the flux would go over here. Okay, I only have 4 more of these to make. That's making it pretty quick. Oh, I need to put the shovel back on the boat. I can actually just... Well, no, I'll keep this on the boat just in case I need stone. And the seeds I have to go put up. Just remembering where everything goes. Okay. I hope all of y'all are doing fine. Oh. So it is 9 o'clock. It just hit 9. And it is 78 degrees. Yesterday, it was 91 at this time. How hot is it where y'all live? I know some of y'all do Celsius, and I know that. Let's see. I'm gonna look that up. It is... Oh. Can't. Well, wait a minute. I was about to leave a page that I'm saved on. 76 F2C. It is 24.4 degrees here for my friends across the seas. And I'll be honest with you, where I live, this is considered a cold day. Especially this time of year. Last year at this time, we were already getting into the hundreds on some of the days. But they say a lot of it has to do with the thing on the West Coast. They have some kind of disturbance going on. Alright, it's 31 here. 32 here. Alright. I have some more somewhere. Maybe here? Or... I know I have some more. Oh, no, it's in the main room. I was gonna put everything in this bag, but I didn't have enough room. Yeah, see, there's 12 more. So let me pull this out. Pull this out and go put them in the other one where the cannon is. That way I can start upgrading. Because I'm going to pull the other ones off the big ship. And I'm going to go around on the fast ship, and I'm going to try to uncover most of the map. Just so I can see what it looks like. Yeah, this one's going quick, but it's 66 of them. Finishing up cooking, 65 Fahrenheit. We both hang out on this screen. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I did not have a good breakfast today. I was in a hurry. I had... Oh, I need to get the wood, too. Probably done with the fabric by now. I had a, smoked sausage, which was not the best thing for me. And some, like, cheese puffs. White cheddar cheese puffs, because I was in a hurry this morning. I woke up late. I was about to say, how is it rainy in here? But then I forgot I don't have a roof on it. I put in a suggestion for, Windrose. I put in a suggestion for a glass roof. For roofs, this right here in a 45-degree angle. This or stone. And then, like, flat. I put in for, like, glass floors. And I was like, it's not really for that. It's, like what I'm doing over there. You know, if they had a flat glass floor, then I can make that a true greenhouse. Alright, so this is... The timber is what's gonna be. I could have just... could just fast travel and get the rest of it, but I already paid for it. Lazy bone. This thing takes a while. Okay. Since I'm now, like, at a stuck point. Since now it's just a waiting game on the wood and everything, I'm gonna go ahead and swap over to Redline. And see what's going on. Let me be right back. Exit the main menu. Kinda glad I got all that iron in one go. I was afraid it was gonna take like 2 or 3 trips. That would have been tomorrow before I can finish it. I quit the game. Let's see. No. Okay. I saw that RJ was on 5M earlier. But I don't know if he was in Redline or if he was in... What the world? Hold on. 5M just auto-opened. I closed Windrose, and it just auto-opened 5M. Or, you know what? Maybe I did press. I don't know. I was hovering over it and it opened. Maybe that's how they... So. Subnautica 2 has come out. And, a lot of people that I know are playing it. It's a co-op, so, like, I would want to play with other people, but, well, yeah, we've seen how that worked out last time. Their biggest complaint is they're not allowed to kill everything. And my biggest question is, why you want to be so violent? Some of the stuff you should be able to, though. I've watched one clip where there's something you can't kill, but it can kill you. But people are saying they like it. But it's still, it's having a lot of bugs, though. I might have found the next game I'm going to play when Windrose, when I finally get done with everything. I have never played Fallout London. And I haven't. I just never downloaded it. I've heard it's kind of glitchy too. But I've heard it's the people who made it have been fixing it and it's very good. Alright. So I might be doing Fallout London. I've never played it. And I love Fallout. Fallout 3 really was interesting to me. 4, I like the building. The story, it had its moments. But 3, oh, I love 3. '76 I like because you can build and the scenery. It's not all just gray and dark, and Fallout 4 had like just a lot of blue sky, but brown land. Like it didn't have a lot of colors, and '76 has a lot of color. I'm trying to think. Fallout 4 was the cryo, yeah. So in that town that you stay in, Sanctuary Hills, I think. The big tree in the middle of the town, I always built like a tree house, and that was my base. And then they had the don't build, they had a no build limit mod. And like extended settlement, you can extend Sanctuary Hills all the way to Red Rocket and connect the two. I spent days building a giant maze. And then I would lure in the people to attack and just put turrets hidden behind walls. They turn a corner and all of a sudden they're getting attacked. None of them ever made it out the maze. And then at the Starlight Drive-In, I made Arena, where you would capture the creatures, and then I'd let them out, and to fight. Like I'd let Deathclaw out against 2 Radscorps. Alright, let's go. I was about to say, I'll probably be at the Grapeseed Garage. Well, I finished the alcohol, and I figured out what's going wrong. I'll show y'all when we get back. Well, I did go to the event last night. It was a car show and a race, and I entered the Cherry Blossom, and a few people liked it, but it didn't win. I should have entered the Panto. Because the Panto right now is iconic in the server. Everyone has an opinion about it. They had, it's funny, they made, it was like coolest car, best the car, and then they had a best crap box car. And if I'd have brought my Panto, I might have gave the winner a run for their money. But it's fine. I got my glass from Gia. I didn't get the glass from Nico. I need to talk to him. But I got the glass from Gia. I'll show y'all what I figured out what's wrong with the machines, why it was doing what it was doing. It's not a problem. Like, the yeast, maybe it might have been a problem. But with the alcohol not making the bottles, I understood what happened. It's the same thing that happened to the bacon. Yes, the John Deere car. It's the same thing that was happening to the bacon. Okay, so here's what happened. Let's go in here. I did a little work. See, I only got 100. I didn't, like, go crazy. I need to go get yeast. But if I go here, okay, let me say, okay, we'll use the line machine as an example. So it takes 10 grape, 3 yeast, and 1 bottle. So say I only have 4 bottles, right? I have 1,000 grapes, 1,000 yeast, let's say, but only have 4 bottles. It's gonna try to make that 5th bottle. It's gonna take the 2 ingredients I have here and then fail at the bottle. So I will lose the 2 ingredients. That's why we were coming up with weird numbers for the wines and the alcohol. Because the machine would stop, right? Like, the machine, see, like 4 out of 5? So it made 4 bottles, but it took enough to make 5. So when it failed to make that 5th bottle, it still destroyed the stuff that it had already. So that's why the numbers were coming out wrong. It wasn't that the machines were broke. It was that, like, it took 4 out of 5, but it took 50 grapes. So it took an extra 10 grapes because it took everything to make 5, made the 4, and destroyed this because there was nothing else to do it. So it's not an actual, you have to be very precise with it now. And I know that because I went and got a shit ton of grapes last night. Okay, I can take this and make it into yeast. Because the flour should be done. I left the flour machine on last night. It should be done. Or broke. One of the two. Let's see. Flour. 122. That's what I needed. I can put 48 water. 48 plant. And I can turn the powder. I put all my machines in line too. So the powder and yeast is first, the bottle, the red, and the white. Then the flour. The flour makes the breads. Then the patty, the chicken, the nuggets, the beef, the pork, the bacon, and the oil. I'm not going to do mustard until, like, if somebody needs mustard. But all my machines, the only one I wish I could redo is, I want to put the beef and the pork first right here, but then I have to delete all of these. And at the time, I was just like, you know what? I'm good with it. Okay, so now we're going to go over here. Put up this flour to get it out of my pockets. So that'll go here. I can drop these down 1. So now I have 200 of all this, so that's good. I should either throw these 2 away or go get 200 cream. That way I have the even here. But it takes yeast to make the cheese. Does cheese have yeast in it? Like in I don't know. It might. It might. I'm not sure. Okay, I need to repair the truck. That I know. It is smoking pretty bad. Okay, so that's 100K I have in the dashboard for the wine. I now have, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10.1 or 11, 12. I have 1.25, 1.250 glass. And then I still have to get 800 from Miko. So that's an additional 40K. So that's enough to buy the car if they'll let me. This is the this is a ticket for the event. And I had to mine last night. So I need some milk. He needs some milk. Maybe Gramps is in city. I'll take 7. Let's see. Let's see who's open. I have a missed call from Nico. People have really been talking to me about this video, the truck. No one wants to buy it, but they love the video. Yesterday. The mechanics are open. I need to start getting... While there's a lull in the restaurants because people aren't really sure what's going on. That's why I'm doing the alcohol. Just so I have my farm's doing something. But when the restaurants open back up, the alcohol will go back on the back burner. I said let me get milk to drink, and then I don't drink it. Oh, nope. Double tap. Nope, I didn't use it. I started to run. Okay. I don't know why it didn't use it. And I'm going to put this in this slot. That way I can do it while I'm running to the truck. So let me get 800, 800 wheat, 800 water, and then do the yeast. That'll make two bats of alcohol. And I might just do like 2 a day until the restaurants get sorted out, which they're picking the restaurants tomorrow, but it's going to take a few to get everything all said and done. So I'm figuring probably by like Tuesday, Wednesday, you know, that everything will be set up. Everybody will know who they're doing, what's going on. Okay. Let's see. So if I do that, that'll be, I don't know, maybe close to $1 million in the farm. Probably if I talked to Bucket. This was a few days ago, by the way. This was before they even took the restaurants away. About the S Plus car. Seeing as how they're so expensive to bring into the city, he said that even though they're not special ordering regular cars, Dan might be willing to sell one of those because they get a lot of money off it. So I figure if I ask Dan about it, be like, you know, if he's going to do 1.6, then I could get that. And I'll just spend it all. That way, it'll all be in the city coffers. Then I can slowly build my money back up. God, I just thought of Alice. I haven't thought of Alice in months. Alice was a player in the other city that I don't go to no more. Because, well, I can't. She's the richest person in the city. She has over $75 million in the bank. And she made every single cent of it fishing. Like, she spent probably 8 hours a day. Whenever she's in the city, she's either riding around with people or fishing. That's it. That's all she does. And yeah, she gives out loans. She gives out predatory loans. Like, I mean, you got a week to pay me back and then you owe me double. And then it's signed contracts so the DOJ in that city can and will put them in debt. Like, they will take the money out of their account and put them in debt. It's strange she's a nice person, though. Like, she's very adult-oriented. Like, very... Her RP style would be too much for this city. She's very R-rated. But she comes off as just this innocent little girl. And she was always nice, like, but you'd get her talking, and some of the things, you could tell she lived alone. Some of the things she was saying, a parent would be blushing. Hi, BB Woo. I might steal one of her sayings, because nobody in here knows her. And it's just funny. And it would be like a very, how do I say it? Niche time thing I can do. It's not something I could do every day. It would only really happen around car shows, around races. And I forgot it yesterday. I'm thinking about it now. I need to write it down because it was hilarious. Oh, the cars are just falling from this guy. Uh-oh. I don't know what about it is with Roxwood. But yeah, no. How are y'all doing today, though? I got my stream. I have 2 today because the first one, I had a problem with 3 separate programs running at once that I didn't know were running. I should have, though. All I could hear was static. I couldn't hear anything else. No one could hear anything I was saying. And let's see. I don't know. I was very professional about my bobs. And I'll be honest with all of y'all, I would love to keep the people there. Right? There's a few people I would let go. Because either A, they don't show up to work, or B, they've been stealing. But for the most part, if you can get the people he had to work, they all worked well. You know? They all worked very good. But we'll see what happens. Like, I don't want to load up the ARM dashboard with ingredients, and then they select someone who I would rather just buy them. I need to talk to Teabag and Sean, but they're never in city anymore. Teabag's in city, but Sean, I haven't seen Sean in city in a while. Get out of my way. I'm in the big truck. You know, y'all all know I drive crazy when I'm in this truck. I do try to avoid people. I'm not trying to bumper cars. Because it's expensive to repair this truck. But there's a lot of people on the road right here. Were y'all here the other day? I don't know. Nico was running down the road. I don't know why he was running. And I came and I just took him out. Like, I tried to swerve around him and he ran toward the back of the truck, and the back of the truck swung around and just flung him. And I brought him to the hospital. We met Natalie up there. And then I'm coming back up here to pick up something. And I see him again. This time, though, he's flipped his car and he's outside trying to flip it. He's just having a bad day in Roxwood. Okay, so let's go Neil Osborne. I need to get water after this, and then... The problem is there's not much I need to do. And there's nothing I can do with Sierra. You know, there's not even a officer on. I mean, I guess I could go to the restaurant. I mean, supposedly something happened, and when Bucket he didn't like fire. He did fire some people, but people that needed to be. But when he did the management, he removed permissions, I think, so that no one could touch the money, which is a plus. Because imagine if somebody just went in there, the manager, and just took all the money and left. But it removed our access. Is that a player or is that's a player? Get out the room. Yeah, that's a player. That is not a local. But when he removed the access, he removed access to storages as well. So he gave it back to Mac. So if I have Mac's in city and I go talk to her, I can get back into the storage. Kind of want to know if my note is still in there. Because Mac said she went and bought ingredients, and I'm like, you know, they could buy them from me for way cheaper. Because I don't know, would she have to use her own money though? Because if we can't access the, I don't know. That's a good question. She used her own money to buy the ingredients. All right, we got the week back successfully. I shouldn't say that. I'm not back yet. This truck has blown up a few times on me. Never with me in it, though, thankfully. Thankfully, every time it sets on fire, I'm able to jump out and roll. Okay, there we go. The meat is back. Now I need to get the water. The plants should still be going. So I should be able to turn on the water. Now the yeast machine, and while I go get the water, it should make what I already had in it. It's just it's a numbers game at this point. Making stock. Okay, so I have enough for that. I have 48 water crates, 10 powders, so that should be good. We can turn the yeast on. And then we can turn the wheat farm back on and go get 800 water. Mommy, let's see. 4,000. 4,000 makes 400 bottles. If I did it every single day, 400 bottles, it would take like 5 days to go through all that glass. That's probably that truck that I passed up on the street up there, if you look above me. I thought about going and messing with them because I think I know where they're going, but it's not going where I'm going. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. Okay, so Mac's the new owner. She never in city, less opiate. Mac is not the new owner. They haven't chosen owners yet. If she got it, then I wouldn't be sad because she actually does like give a care about the place. But the issue would, yes, she'd have to be in the city a lot more. That's the issue. Because the one thing that like I don't want is, and I know the farms are experimental, right? They can remove the farm anytime they want. They could be like, we don't like how it's working, or it's taking up too much. Which, if they did that, I'd have to adjust, but I hope they don't. But my fear with the restaurants is that the people who get them aren't just gonna be like, oh, we'll just pay the $30 for we won't even deal with the farms. That's my biggest fear, is that you'll get those lazy owners who would just rather pay more to not have to deal with dealing with the farms. Because I do enjoy, you know, going to the restaurants, fulfilling the orders. It just gives me something to do. And it's not a bad gig. You don't make as much money as you'd like to, but sometimes it's just about finding something to do. All right. Cut across. I don't want to hit the barrier. Okay. I used to come back around. Before I started going down the side of that mountain, I used to come back around down here, get back on the interstate. And I probably should do that. It is safer, because y'all seen I've flipped this thing how many times? Ah, it's the dreaded turn. Right there. I don't like that turn. They're just going to pick favorites after listening to Lexi last night. Merit means nothing. Well, see, here's the thing, though. If they pick their favorites, right, and the restaurants don't open, then the people are going to get really pissed off and they can push for impeachments. Because that is a thing. And believe me, if they pick their favorites, that's also going to create a problem, because people in the city are going to see that. The government's supposed to be fair. That's the thing. If they want to do it that way, they can, but they are shooting themselves in their foot for anything else. Like when they're not in office anymore, people will remember that this is how they were. Like Blemon, for example, he's not going to be on everybody's Christmas card list. He ruffled a lot of feathers, and people remember that. So whenever they get out of office, people are going to remember what they did while they were in office. And if they do that, like the car issue has been becoming something. I've been hearing a lot of grumbling about that. You go look on Birdie, a lot of people were mad about everybody just buying the same car. Right? There's 30 RS6s. I know that's not what car it is, but it undervalues the car. Like, you're just going to be stuck with a bunch of people who don't have cars they don't want. Like if you were to go to PDM right now, there are cars in there that have not sold since they first put cars in the day it opened. And eventually, no one's going to, if they just give you the car you want, then after a while, you're not going to buy new cars. And then whoever's in the city, they're not going to have the money to buy the new cars, so they're just going to be stuck with cars no one wants. And then people start leaving the city. It's a delicate game you have to play. So if you start playing favorites, people are going to call you out on it. And it will cost you your reputation in and out, If when you're in government, people won't trust the government. When you're out of government, people won't trust you. But I will say, as much as I hear all this, I honestly believe Bucket, like you say, Bucket's a numbers guy. He's going to put the people in charge that are going to be able to make the money. Because he knows that the government needs those taxes. The government runs off of money too, he's not going to give it to someone who doesn't come into the city but like once a week. And if they do, then it'll just be back on the market within 2 or 3 weeks. Like I wouldn't, if I ran and won and this comes up, I'm gonna be like, I'm straight up. Who's in the city the most? Who do I think could do the best job? It's not gonna be based on like I'll give if I thought Franks would be the best person for the job, I'd get it to him. I might not like him, But if I think he's going to help the city, if he's going to help the money, you know, so we can do our little fun projects and stuff, that's who I'm giving it to. Like Bougie has competition because I think Harvey put in for the mechanic shop up there, and Harvey ran Harmony for a long time. Rule number 1, never trust the government. You have to at some things. At some things, I trust the government. Not in most things, and most times I'm like, yeah, it's, but I guess I have faith in people. It's not a bad thing to have faith in. It's not important what you have faith in. It's important that you have faith. Uh-oh. Did he put in for it? Okay, I forgot to do this, so it's going to be loud for a second. There we go. And now I have to adjust it here. My headphones turned off because I didn't have the music playing. Alright, sorry about that for your ears, everyone. Okay, I have 3. Oh, I can get the grapes. Okay. Okay, so I have 43. That'll be that. Was that? So the yeast is making. I have 1,000 spaces. So we're gonna go ahead and gather. I need to turn the water on. And I'm gonna go ahead and get... no. I need red. I need red. I do not need, repair it. I need 800 of these. Because I already have 600 over in the other stash. You know, if... I don't know. Like... I don't know. We'll see what happens with the mechanic shops and all that. Here's the thing, another thing, though, too, is that... Say... Example, right? Example. Gia should have up an Adam, Bougie should do the mechanic shop. That won't be the case, Ray Charles. Well, it is what it is. But also, like, here's the thing. Say Gia and King don't get up an Adam. Say they give it to person A. Right? Well, what happens if the entire Up and Adam staff walks out then? Then that person has to run that business alone, and guess what? Within a few weeks, it'll be right back up again. That's another thing you have to figure out if you're going to give it to your favorites. Because, let me put it this way, Bougie in the mechanic shop, he has a rapport with everyone who works there. If they think he was treated unfairly, they might all walk. And then whoever owns that mechanic shop has to do everything by themselves. But you have to think about that too. That's when I thought about, that's why I didn't go out for Up and Adam. I like all the people who work there. I know all the people who work there. They know who I am. They know I'm fair. But I think you should have a person. And I don't. Beyond selling them stuff. I do have a personal stake at Bob's. But, and what's to stop everyone from, like, say person A gets Bob's Burgers, and everybody thinks that, you know, they shouldn't have got that. What's to stop them from not going to Bob's? That way they don't make any money. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the city, you know. If you play favorites and people see that, then they can, like, boycott the businesses. And then then those people who run them will not be favorably selected again by other mayors. You know, if you do what's good for the city, people will like it, people will support you. If you do stuff that's good for you, like Lemon is the example. Everybody was complaining about Lemon. And I don't think it's right, though, that he wasn't really here to defend himself because he had stuff going on. I liked Wolfenstein as the mayor. He didn't really, he didn't do anything wrong for me. And we all came to find out he really wasn't doing much wrong behind the scenes. But I remember how people were... You think that. You think that, BD Wolf. That is not with restaurants. That is not true with restaurants. That is not true with restaurants. Mechanics, yes, you probably could find people quickly. But the restaurants, that's a hard sell right now. The restaurants, too, because a lot of people are going to end up using it like some people do and just stealing food. But, the mechanic shop, probably. I see, now that I get, right? If you're gonna deny someone just because, like, you don't like them, then look, Bushu has pull in this city. A lot of people don't think that, but he does. So whoever gets that shop, he could just tell people don't go there. And a lot of them will listen to him, because a lot of them, he's done the work on their cars. I don't think that's right, you know, but, I mean, it's his choice. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to pick these up, and I'm going to go make coffee for my patient and breakfast. I should be about 2 minutes, if that. Hello. Okay. So let's see. Rub be the wrong. That was in her stream last night. Well, that's true, but it's not up to Lexi. Not up to just Lexi. Right? That's another thing. Like, you know, all 4 of them, I will say that for them though, all 4 of them have been involved in the government. Like the previous one, Wolfenstein, you had him most of the time. Him and Seth would do it. And the other ones would never really show up. So I will say that at least this government, they actually are there, you know? Aha, I cannot sing these songs in my head because I don't know these songs. I actually made a song for Bob. I was watching his stream one day while I was doing something, I think making dinner. And he said something about people were telling him he needs music when he's running people or chasing people. So I made him a song, but it's from a criminal perspective, not a cop. And there's another person I thought about making one for, but I'm like, they're perfectly able to make their own. But Bob's busy, you know. Okay, so this was the grapes I needed. I'm pulling all of these out right now. I'm not, since I don't have, I don't know. Should I make the bottles? I can make 100 bottles. Yeah. I got the yeast going. I have enough for 200, so I might make 200 bottles. And just make 200 things today, and then that'll be it. Get it to 5, and then... He has thousands of hours at Roxwood and ran it while there were no owners. Seen that dude train at least a dozen people. He should be the #1 choice. Yeah, it's true, but... I mean... Let me put it this way. I could have done something dirty. Right? And I don't want people, like, in the city. This is not, like, doing something dirty. It's just... I could have had EMS go out and say to, oh, you know, well, Aria opens up for us. She lets us know on. But they told us don't do anything to sway, you know, the favor. Don't contact them. Don't do nothing. So we'll see what happens. You know, he might still get it, you know. They might be like, look, you know, this person, like I said, though, if all Bouger has to do is tell all of his employees, you know what? I quit. And then they might go with him. He could get a job at LS probably real easy. Or Sandy. He probably could get a job over there real easy. So, I mean, like, finding mechanics, that wouldn't be hard. I have a feeling that wouldn't be too hard. Their job isn't... I'm not going to say they have the easiest job in the city. That's not true at all. Okay? That is definitely not true. You want to know who I think has the easiest job in the city? And I'm being honest when I say this, and I'm not trying to ruffle feathers. I'm not trying to, cause any problems. But do you want to know who I think has the easiest job in this entire city? Person, or people, I'm going to say person, that has the easiest job in the city is me. Because everything I do, I just drive. I don't answer to a boss. I don't answer to employees or customers. And everything I do can be done AFK. The only thing I have to do is this right here, is just drive and pick stuff up. That's it. And everything else I do while I'm doing other things. It's not hard at all. And once the permissions get sorted out on the farms to where, people can go get stuff for me, but they can't take stuff out, I'll hire people to go get stuff. I'll hire them on and pay them to do runs for me. But right now, I still believe there's a permissions issue. I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask them. But I mean, I work hard and y'all see me doing like non-stop back and forth, but that's it. I have no one to answer to. And I'm not saying all the farmers. I'm saying me specifically. My job is not hard. At all. It's hard when I make it hard, like when I don't plan ahead. Then it becomes hard for me. Like this past week, I haven't been planning ahead at all. But now I'm back getting into the swing of it again, so I have 1, So this is 10 right here. So that's one bottle, 100 bottles. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 550. At least if she got up and at him, she'll make him a business partner. But if he doesn't get the mech shop, it would be insane, at least in my opinion. But I mean, we're all entitled to our opinions. We'll see what happens, though. Like, sometimes it's not to our liking, you know? But let me put it this way. If he's the best person for the job, then eventually it will be his. Eventually, the person who takes over, well, something will happen, or, you know, it is what it is. Like, here's another thing. People might not go there. Like, let's say person A gets the mechanic shop, and this person is deeply connected to the person who put him in charge. Some people might tell him, well, just don't go there no more. And then what happens when he can't, when tax time comes, and he hasn't had a single customer all week because people are just, you know, didn't want to do it. There's all kind of nuances here. Like, you can think that Bucket's just going to give it to blah, blah, blah. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to call, if I call Bucket today, it's because of alcohol. It is not because of me trying to be like, hey, I put in my... No, it'll be, hey, I got 500 alcohol. That's the most I'm going to sell to him. I need to go get some food. Was my truck here? Well, we couldn't see because I came in the right way. It is not. There's another thing. If you leave your vehicle out, it's going to stay out. I remember them promising us that on the community meeting. I get it, though. Believe me, I understand why it's not out. It needs to save the space. I get it. You know what? I'm going inside. Do what you need to do. He hit me, but it didn't. Like I was fading in. Are you still wanting to fight? Yep. Damn, one punch woman. And the other guy ran. He said, nope, 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 no thank you. There used to be a man who would stand out front of this barn. And one time when I was coming out, I bumped him, and he pulled a gun out and shot me. Like, he pulled a gun out and shot me twice, and I died. I was like, what the heck? I miss him. He should be dad care in case someone comes visit my farm. Yep. Alright, but yeah, it's... The business stuff was gonna happen, right? Like, I'm not getting my hopes up. I really aren't. I'm really not. I don't think they're gonna select me, so I'm not... You know, I'm not gonna be like... Kind of like, you know, if you don't get your hopes up, you never feel crushed. And it's not like that. But, honestly, I don't know we'll find out tomorrow or Monday. I don't know when. They stop taking applications, I think, tomorrow. But that might not mean that we know who's going to get them. Okay. No restaurants open, and it's cheaper to buy ice cream than it is to buy a sandwich. And ice cream also gives you a drink as well. Okay. Here's a question for all of y'all. You know, if you want to chat, feel free. Would it be wrong? And this is anyone who owns the restaurants, even Snowy, who didn't lose his. But would it be wrong for all of us to start charging $30 as well? Like the same amount the locals want? I know that, like, they'll interact with the farms more if they could pay for less. But I got a feeling unless we do, like, almost 60% off, they're going to start just going, because it's easier to just buy from the locals. Because they deliver to you right then. You don't have to pick it up. They just, like, you have to go pick it up. I don't know if you have to go pick it up from a guy around the corner. I'm not sure. But the farmer's market, I think you actually have to go up there to buy stuff from the local. I think you actually have to go up there. But I mean, would it be wrong for us to just start charging $30? Like the same price the locals charge? That's not abusing the system. That's not gouging, you know, it's the same market value that the locals offer it for. I know, it's just a thought. It's, you know, I got a lot of thoughts I talk about, but I never do and I never will do. But it's just, you know, it's not overcharging them because that's what they would normally pay. Okay, so the bottles are bottling. I don't have enough. Yeah, I do have enough yeast in there. But I'm going to wait for the yeast to be a lot more because I don't want losing bottles. Because I had to go farm 4 bottles last night. I had to go mine. I don't know. It's an interesting question. Would it be wrong to charge market price? I mean, I know a lot of other people are going to say, well, then the other farm can, you know, but... So $5.50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.50. So I'd be $4.50 to have another... To have the 2,000 grapes I need. Let's go get those. That way I'll have... Let me turn it on. Oh, it is on. Okay. So let's go get 450 grapes. And that will put at 2,000, and then I can make the bottles. Well, here's what I'm going to say. I hope for, I guess, RP standards that they give the businesses the people who will do the best job. Because it will affect RP, especially if people don't want to go to them. It'll really affect RP if they give it to somebody who's not prepared to run it. Or who doesn't know how to run it. In my opinion, okay, this is all my opinion. I think it would affect RP. There's a reason some people don't go to certain restaurants, even if they're the only place that's open. You know, some people don't like Rex's. Some people don't like Up and Atom. I know some people who don't like Bob's. You know, they don't go to them. Even if it's the only place that's open, they'll go to the hospital and get treated. There's people who don't use Sandy Mechanics. There's people who don't use the City Mechanics. You know, so we're all intertwined. It will hard affect RP that is non-crime. Well, no, here's the thing, though. It might also affect crime RP. Because what happens if the people who own the shops don't have the employees, and then they're not open to change car colors, or they're not open to, you know, fix up the cars? What happens then? You know, the economy is such a delicate balance. Like, they could easily bankrupt the city with a few decisions. They could easily make millions for the city with a few decisions. That's why they say in government, in the government tab, when elections come up, they tell you, This is serious. Like, this affects everyone. You're not just playing around. You know, you have to do what's best for the city if you're willing to take on that role. Which, now that, like, I've talked to people about it, yeah, it's a very serious role. You have to be able to, first off, you have to be able to delegate. You can't do it, like, if I was the mayor, I can't do everything alone. You know, I'd have to have people who were dealing with other things. You'd have to be able to be like, look, Bucket is in charge of the businesses. We're going to let him make the business decisions. I don't want everything coming across my board. Wexy, if you think that, houses should go here, I trust your judgment. Let me know and I'll sign off if I believe it's a good idea. But you gotta be able to not try to take it all on yourself. And I think that would have been my problem if I ran for governor or mayor. I'd have tried to take it all on myself and I wouldn't have been able to do it. It's just too much. I don't think the people that I picked to be my running mates would have been able to do it. Not because they're not in city. Not because I don't think they would have done a great job. But because I think we'd all been unprepared for what to expect. So I'm very glad I chose not to run. Because I'll be honest with y'all, I'm not ready to. You know, I have to know my limitations when it comes to some things, and that I would not be able to do. Maybe not, maybe, I don't know, it depends on if they do a good job and they get reelected, you know? Like Wolfenstein wanted to run again, but he couldn't because he's not in the city. But would he have been reelected? That's the question. Would people have the better the devil you know than new people, you know? I would have voted for Wolfenstein, I'm not gonna lie. He did good for me. I never had a problem with Harry. Alright, let's see. One day, I want to just drive off. Where is it? Like right here? You see that road down there? But there's a lake that if I fall into, I'm definitely not getting out. But one day, I just want to launch this to see if I can make it. But I don't want to lose all the stuff in the back. Maybe one day I'll be like, you know what? I don't think it'd be a shortcut, though. I don't think it would. This probably is the best shortcut. Is cutting through this and hitting this jump to the road. There we go. Usually I hit that rail. Yeah, the business decisions will affect non-prime, non-PD, non-EMS. You know, it will. But, here's the thing, though. Like, we're all talking like it's negative. What if they give the shop to the people that they want to give it to, and these people do a good job? You know? I'm not saying... hold on. I just heard something. Let me check something real quickly. Is it? Okay. Okay. Hello.
Hey, good morning. Where are you at?
Route 68.
Okay, I can meet you up in Sandy with all the glass.
I'm in my farm vehicle, so I have to give me... Yeah, meet me at the train station. I'll just put it in my other car.
Okay, I have 800 more for you if you wanted to.
I don't know if I have the money for that right now.
Okay.
Who else is buying your glass?
Usually Rodney.
I mean, if you want to make him the offer, but I have to sell what I have before I can buy more. And because I just got 600 yesterday from Zia.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting it from both of y'all, but right now I have to sell what I have, basically, before I can buy more.
Understandable.
I'm getting grapes to make wine. That's what I'm doing right now. Is getting the grapes to make the wine, so I can sell.
That's always good.
But yeah,
okay.
no, Yep, I'll meet you at the sand. I'm pulling up to the train station in about like 5 seconds.
Okay, I'm coming from city, so
Yeah.
give me a second
Okay.
to be there.
All right, no problem. All right, bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep, there we go. He owed me that glass wild stance. We probably need pool of 3 No, I don't know about that. They do, I will say that, the time zones are a thing. That's why I said when I wanted to run that I wanted people who would be in the city at all times. I'd be the morning, apparently, because not a lot of people in the morning. I would have asked, probably Kelly to be in the afternoons. And then the third person, I don't know who it would have been. Let's see, let me pay to get this back. All right, I don't think there's anything in the back. But that's what I wanted on my party, was people who would be in the city. All right, so I got that. There's nothing in the back of this. I can wait for him. I could have put it in the back of here. Right? I could have put it in this, but then I'm so afraid that I'd put that up before I took it out and it would destroy it all. That is a little bit of a wild stance. Now, the commissioners, and like the judges, maybe, but CJ usually is in pretty early. I will say that. He usually is doing like trucking some mornings at this time. Rodney, we all know he'll be in today and tomorrow. He has no issues with that, but he has a real job, you know, that comes first. The commissioners, I just think they need to show up more.
Let me pull this out here.
Okay, you just put it in the back. It's unlocked. Because it seems like whenever Harry's in the city, Dan's in the city, and whenever Dan's not in the city or Harry, you know, it seems like they're in city together, not apart. But if that's how, hey, you look, you know, that's how it has to be, then that's the way it is. Not everybody can play as much as I do, as much as, you know, other people, and I get that. You just put it in the back of the truck.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Like I had to sell. I have like, I'll put it to you this way, Nico. I think I have 2,700 glass now at my farm.
That's a decent bit.
Yep. Well, I'm supplying the restaurants with food, so I haven't had the time to really focus on alcohol.
Understandable.
I'm now with the shakeup, it's giving me a lot of time to play catch up.
Yeah.
But I can only make like 400 bottles a day. That's the limitation.
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, the farms that I need to collect from, they have to fill up, and they don't fill up as fast as I would like. So I can get about 4,000 grapes, and then I have to wait a day for them to fill back up.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine though. That's what I have in the back of my truck right there.
The full thing of grapes.
Nah, I got 450 because that'll make 2,000 at the farm. That way I can make 200 bottles.
Okay.
Because it takes yeast, and it takes about 6 hours to make a full load of yeast, and then it takes about another 3 hours to make the wine, and then it takes about 10 hours to refill the farms. So it's like a whole day process.
Yeah, you're cycling through every single day.
Yep, but now I can start. I was only making like there were like past 2 weeks, I didn't make any. I just collected the glass. But now that the restaurants are shaking up and I don't have to be out as much, I'm starting to make a little more.
That's good. I think you make more money off of wine, don't you?
It's easier, I guess you can say, in a sense, to make. But I mean, all the alcohol is selling for the same price now.
Okay.
For now, I don't want to give him 2,000 bottles and then they start giving me less money. You know, so 400 a day is fine. That way I don't overflood the market.
Yeah.
Did you put in for a business?
I did not. The only thing I own is a gas station, and that barely does anything. So.
I put in for Bob's Burgers. I'm not hopeful though.
I think a lot of people are trying to get Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, it is what it is. But all right, thank you for that. I need to get back to the farm. Thank
No
you.
problem. Thank
Give
you.
me if you can't sell this other glass, give me like a day or two and give me a call back.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
I'm not gonna say no to buying his glass, but right now I need to, cause all I said is true, you know. 3 each. I just see 24 on-call hour issues with server, so constantly. Also, I'd say that this is a UK server, so mostly serving to US time zone. Yeah, but there are a lot of people from UK in here. There's a lot of American people, I'll get that. But there's a lot of UK people in here. I wash this. I don't know if I can or not. Hang on. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Am I stuck? I think I'm gonna have to go back, get a car out, and unwedge this truck. Oh, there we go, and I washed it, and it's clean. Oh, I thought I was stuck. Oh, seatbelt. But, yeah, here's the thing, though. There are people Havoc might be in the server right now, doing, back-end fixing stuff, Harry might be helping him, There are people probably in here, they're just not, advertising. And they're doing the work that needs for the server. We don't need them to be the police right now. We don't need them to be the judge. They're doing the Lord's good work of keeping the server open. I get what you're saying, though, and you have a point about the time zone thing in many, many servers. You are right about that. There's a bunch of servers I've been to that, the problem is that the people who are in charge are never there. That is actually that server that I was in, my friend had, that I own the mechanic shop in. That was one of the drawbacks because of her health. She was only in the server maybe 3 or 4 hours a day. She had a real job as well. But, and she didn't have, there was only 10 or 11 of us, so she didn't have a staff, to speak of. If I wanted to, I probably could be like, hey, I'll do staff work for him, but then, even if she does open, I do plan on going back, but I don't plan on, staying there. Because I do a lot for Redline. The farm and all that. I might go there, some days just to get away, like the little guilty pleasure server. Alright, I can take out the grapes. Alright, so I had the grapes now. I don't have to worry about getting the grapes today. To be honest, I should just friggin', clear out both farms. Get 4,000 grapes, but this is a lot. And like I said, I don't want to overflow. I don't want, they dropped wine down to $5 a bottle at one point because all of us were making hundreds of bottles. We were making so much money because it was so easy. And it was the right thing to do. I was pissed at the time, but it was the right thing to do. Literally, it was. I'm not going to argue. I had my knee-jerk reaction, sue me. I'm emotional. But, But yeah, I'm hoping that for the businesses, honestly, I'm hoping that they give it to the people who will run them the best. They won't affect RP for them having it. Because if you give it to someone who's never owned a business and never, if they gave me the mechanic shop, just because I own a mechanic shop in another city does not mean we use the same system. I think we do, but I can't be sure. So, I have no business running it. I've never worked for one, and I've never owned one. That would affect RP, in my opinion. It would be up to my employees then. You can learn. That's an easy enough thing. I hope they give it to people that it makes sense in RP. Alright, so... I have to wait for the yeast to be done, and then I can start making... Yeah, I can make 200, because a full load of yeast makes 800, but it takes 600 to make the bottle. Which I think there's a farm that has, like, 4 yeast machines. And 4 grain mill. Like, that's all they're doing. And they're emptying the farm every single day and making 4,000 yeast a day. And, you know, more power to them if that's what they want to do. It also might be an open source software dev that works in time zones. Well, I know that some cities have dispatch for their 911 and EMS that you don't even have to be in the city. Like, you could literally do dispatch and you're not even on 5M. I don't know how that works, but I've seen it. I've been in a city and worked for the EMS where the dispatch wasn't even on 5M. They were doing it from their phone. I don't know how. It's some program, probably. But I was just like, It was weird. Like, I don't know how they did it. They did, like, I asked them, I said, where's dispatch at? They're like, oh, they're not in the city. They're, like, on a cell phone. And I'm like, you can't play 5M on a cell phone. They're like, yeah, they're not playing 5M. They're playing dispatch. Which is kind of weird now because there is a game called Dispatch. Apparently it's quite good, too, people tell me. I think I might go sell this today. I don't really care for it anymore. I want the Panto will be my funny car, and then I'll get rid of this one. And I might talk to Dan and see about selling this one back to the dealership. I don't know. This one, I kind of like that one. Just having a normal... Is this 4-door? No, this is a 2-door. You know what? I'll keep this one because people don't know Arya has that car. But I think about selling the Rhapsody back. Because I can't fix it, you know? I can't, like, make it regular and then try to sell it because it's a starter car. No one... I can give it away as a joke, I guess, but... Nah, I think I might sell those 2 back. I might keep the truck, though. I mean, it's already paid for. It does... You know, I don't know. I don't like having vehicles I'm not going to use. The RV is my storage vehicle, so I don't need the truck for a storage vehicle. This is now the truck that I like better. It's now the farm vehicle, so I really don't need the Invictus at all. I like the paint job, but I mean, I can get that paint job on any car. I'm gonna think about it. I'll probably end up flipping a coin. Let the Lord decide where it's gonna go. But yeah, I'm gonna sell the Rhapsody back. I don't need that car. It's just taking up space, and it's getting stuck again. Like, it's getting stuck in the ground really bad lately. That's why I don't have this one on a lot. I'm not a fan of the Screamo rock, as they call it. You know, where they're screaming. What? Let me see. I can't. I gotta swap it. I couldn't listen to that. I need to take that one off. Every now and then it doesn't bother me.
Waking up to the silence, it's a heavy sound. Looking for your shadow, but it's nowhere to be found. Used to hear your voice calling, hearing it everywhere. Now I'm talking to the ceiling, hoping someone hears my prayer. I love to see you smile, it brightened up my day. Lost in my words, not knowing what to say. Just to sit across the table, watch you smile, watch you laugh. Now I'm living in the echoes, looking at a photograph. And they say time heals, but it's moving real slow.
Okay, sorry, I was talking. I mean, there's options they can do, and believe me, they'll look into doing what's best for the server. Like, I might complain about certain things, but I never complain about what they're doing. Because they're doing good stuff. And everyone complains about something. I know lately I've been complaining about a lot, and I'm trying to... That's because I was taking it personal when it wasn't. Oh, right. Like, I haven't been complaining about much lately. They've been doing a good job. But yeah, no, the open source software, I mean, that is an option. Like, I know people that try it. It's just, is it right for them, you know? I'm not the one to make this decision. It's 1,000 times above my pay grade. Okay, so let's pull out... Yeah, rather than spending $2,000 to change the headlights, I'm just gonna go get my $7,000 back. They might, and who knows, here's another thing. They might open up new restaurants or new mechanic shops, you know? They've got plenty. There's a place right back here that we all thought was gonna be a chop shop, but it's actually a mechanic shop. I mean, they might open that. They might open up the restaurant, up here. There's all kind of stuff that they can do to combat people, to make opportunities for people. Let's see, how much am I gonna get back? 5,000, I'll accept it. It's 5,000 I didn't have. I only think I paid 10K for it, so I mean, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, say person A gets the mechanic shop, and then in 2 weeks they open a brand new one. Well, everybody can go apply for that one. But I do get what y'all are saying about people y'all think deserve it. I do understand your feelings. We all have someone or somebody in mind when they say the restaurants or the mechanic shop. We all have someone in mind who we think would do a good job. But it's not up to me. If it was up to me, first off, I would not give myself Bob's. I wouldn't. I don't know who's running for Bob's, right? But I'd give it to the person who presented the best plan. I'd probably want to offer it to someone who's already been there for a while, because they already know the ins and outs. Like, I think Senna put in for the restaurant. He knows it. He's worked it. He used to put in full shifts. He knows what to expect. He knows how to cook, how to work, all that. That would be a plus, but it wouldn't mean that he would instantly get it. But right here. Is this door open? No. I found this like day 2 or 3. But see, like right here, Bay Area Customs, and it's they could open up a shop here. And then all of a sudden, boom, they have more people. Well, let's take in applications. I just like process improvement because everyone benefits. The dev team is charged and they should be. Go Redline. Yep, exactly. Yep. I am not paid. Oh, while I'm here, I'm not paid or given stuff for telling everybody how great the dev team is. I actually believe that because they've done good stuff. You know what? I don't think I have enough. Oh, the restaurant in Polito's open. I do not have enough. I was going to go buy another pet. But I think they're 10K and I only have 8. Yeah, they're 10K. Retriever, dark Rottweiler, blonde Rottweiler, pug. I probably am going to buy a retriever. I'm not a fan of Rottweilers, and the pug, just not... I already have a small animal. I'd want a small animal and a big animal. I think Natalie would be a good person to run Bob. Yeah, she ran a restaurant in 1.8, I think. right, like a couple of months before the end of the server, I think she ran the Polito one. The Woodlands Grill. And we'll see what happens, you know? Like, let me put it this way. If, Tommy got the mechanic shop, Ralph got the restaurant, and French got the other restaurant, then see the problem that would present with everyone? Then we can all be like, you know, the government's favoritism, blah, 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 and cause issues. Not problems for them, but there would be issues that would come up. But as long, I don't think Bucket's gonna do that. And I believe, let me put it this way, I think Lexi has a say. Dan has a say, and Hatchie has a say. But ultimately, I do believe Bucket is gonna do what's best for the city. Because Bucket is a stand-up guy. He's a numbers guy. I think he's going to do what's best for, you know, the city and, you know, figuring how much money they could get. Because if they were out of money, believe me, that's the fastest way to get in trouble with the populace. Is, you know, hey, we can't get no new cars because we don't have money. We can't keep the lights on because there's no money. You know... I get what they're saying about these trucks. Holy AI, what are you? A 32-year-old Discord man. No, I'm not a Discord mod. And this must be your first time here. Because I've explained everything multiple times.
Yeah, I think Tommy or Jackson's gonna get the mechanic shop, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, oh yeah.
Hi.
How
Give
you
me a
doing?
burger.
A burger. I got chicken burritos and chicken buckets.
Nope, can't. I want a fish fillet.
What?
Fish fillet. Let me go catch you a fish real quick, and we'll get you sorted.
All right, give me one or whatever you got. I don't need a
Okay.
drink.
What are you up to, Arya?
Yeah, I was selling a car, and then I'm just making some wine today.
What car did you sell?
The Rhapsody. It's just one of the dealership over there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of those cars. I didn't need it anymore. It was one of my funny cars.
Well, there was some new guy yesterday that, it's in the tray, that I was talking to, and he drove I told him to meet me up here in like Roxwood, and he drove what's it called, a grind van up there to meet me because he didn't have his
Yeah.
car was.
Hell of a drive in a grind van, brother.
Yeah?
So his car was like fell into the void or whatever, and then on top of that, I was like, why don't you just buy a new car? And he said that he's in debt $60,000 because I guess
Christ.
the other day or yesterday, whatever, he tried to steal cuffs off a cop.
Yeah, that'll happen. I
That's
think it's 50 grand for having government issued stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
I was like, well, holy fuck! I ended up feeling
Well-
so bad. I bought him a car.
Why? I gave him that one. It would probably cost
Yeah.
him more to fix it than I paid for it, though.
Yeah, I bought him one of those little ballistas. I was like, dang, I feel so bad. I was like, here, just I'll buy you a car. Just wait here for me.
Buy him a Panto. I know, like, a lot of
I know
people, they
yeah.
have the best storage out of all
I
those
know
cars
they
over
do.
there.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the smallest
have-
car has the biggest storage.
Yeah, I know. I
What's
don't
the
understand.
Panto storage?
15.
20. No,
Oh, it's
20.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah,
20,
every-
and the truck. the truck
Everything else is
15.
10. The truck is 16, and the Panto is 20.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. The
Makes
Panto has more
total
storage.
sense, too.
I'm not questioning it. I own one. Y'all know my John Deere car.
I don't think I've seen it.
It
to
was
be honest.
motorbike.
It's mine.
Okay, you've seen
it-
my Panto.
it's a-
Believe me, it's the
It's a
three-wheeler
giveaway
Panto.
bike. Every 5,000 burgers you buy, you get a half an entry on the bike.
Oh, okay. Well, Y'all have fun selling to them. Now you must have. Everyone's seen my Panto. It's a 3-wheel Panto.
I don't think
I've seen it.
to be honest.
Yep, it's painted
It's
green
a-
and yellow like John Deere, like
yeah,
the farmer.
it's a weird mobile.
It's
Okay,
awesome.
okay.
I should have used it at the car show
Awesome-mobile,
last night.
excuse me.
Did y'all go to that car show?
I did.
Yeah,
we
I
were
raced
selling
him.
food there.
Ah, I didn't race. I had my car up there. I entered my car, but I didn't think I'd do nothing.
Gia rode shotgun, then I made her do one of the races, and it was the worst
Ah.
decision of my life.
I was wondering if they're going to do rally races, because me and RJ could do it.
RJ wants to make a rally race thing. He was talking to me about.
I know. We've talked about it.
Yeah,
You know how that would work, right? The driver can't see where they're going. They would need the passenger to tell them.
That'd be cool, but you'd have to
That's-
like
that's-
close
that's a
down
rally
some of the
race.
city streets.
Well, you
Yeah,
know,
I
if
mean,
you
you'd have
do it
to
in...
close down some of the city streets.
But if you do it in Grapeseed, there's a lot of dirt roads, and you can, like, make the end point the top of Chiliad. You'd only have to close, like, one street in Grapeseed for that.
I'm down. Probably better than
Well,
the
you
Zenko
start-
Racing League, honestly.
If you start at Humane Labs, you'd only have to close the intersection to the freeway for, like, 30 seconds to let everyone cross. You know, it's food for thought. Or what about up here in the Redwoods? There's no traffic anyway.
Yeah, that'd be cool, actually. There's that road
Yeah.
that's like super bumpy back there by the bridge.
yeah.
That'd be a cool spot to race
Yep.
down.
Have it start in the murder house. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. And
Five
then
Nights at
all the
Freddy's?
way up. Yep, no, the murder house. The one all the way in the back. There's like a house you can go into, but there's nothing there.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I call that the murder house. And I have it like end in by the S Mart up in little whatever up there.
I may or may not have known some people that's been murdered in that house.
I went in there one time and I heard like some noises and there was a book on the floor, but I didn't want to read it, so I ran out.
Did you ever see the giant Bigfoot head in the cave?
Yeah,
Yeah, open your phone. I'll share it with you.
yeah. I mean, who do you think found it? I was exploring those caves. I used to live in that bunker in those caves, so I know all those caves pretty good. I did actually. In 1.8, I used to live.
What the fuck?
It's also huge.
I'm not
It's
mad
like
at Tret.
9 times the size of a person.
Yep, it is huge.
I was
That's
about
what
to
she
say,
said.
Why is it slimy?
I took my bike back there one time and shined the light on it. It's hard to see unless you have like headlights.
Yep. Yep. But no, I found that like right when we move in because I went to check on that. You know the bunker that's in there, right? The fallout shelter.
Yeah.
Yep. I used to live in there last year at the old city.
Oh, interesting.
And I mean, like, I honestly wanted to do I was gonna talk to Seabreeze, and if they do 100 games down there, like seal all the entrances when everybody's in, put like 2 or 3 random weapons down there, and everybody last 2 out or last person out wins. Give them like a flashlight,
That'd be sick.
like not a flashlight, like a body cam flashlight. That way they couldn't use it as a weapon, and it would give them away.
All right, King. I appreciate the food. I need to take off. I got some other stuff I got to do today.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta go make
buddy.
some more alcohol. All right, thank you.
Alright.
Y'all have a good day.
Alrighty, I'll see you guys later.
See, King is another one who put in for the restaurant. And with Gia, they both put in for it. Oh, you know, Jack's gonna have his opinion. I'm not upset. I understood when I started this. I understood that some people are not gonna like it. Okay, and they're entitled to that. You know, they're entitled to that. Their opinion's not wrong. It's not right. It's their opinion. But I knew when I started, some people might find the voice off-putting. Some people like it, you know? Alright, so let's see. Okay. So I got the yeast. I'm gonna wait for the at least 600 yeast. I don't want to lose any more bottles. Because it sucks, because then I have to go mine bottles. Hello? Hello? I don't know if that's a local or not. I was gonna give him a ride to the train station. Oh, it's sunny outside. Look at it. No, it's foggy. I kind of expected to see Boujou like the bike flipped over and him laying on the ground. Like he ran into something. Well, you heard what he said. He doesn't expect to get the shop either. Okay, so we got this. No, it's fine. I knew that some people, like... Y'all should have heard the previous one, though. The original voice I had? Ooh, it was rough. I remember, like, people couldn't understand what I was saying at all. Alright, though, unfortunately I do have to end early today. I have to go somewhere. They close at noon. And it's gonna be about a 20-minute ride to get there. That's if there's no traffic. If Maka's still streaming, I'm gonna send y'all over there because, you know, it's Maka. I'm so glad I figured out how to do this now. Let's see. Yep, we're gonna send y'all over to Maka. Just go say hi, tell him I said thank you for streaming so I can raid someone. And I should be here tomorrow. Everything. And for all of y'all wondering, I'm feeling fine. I had a very good night of sleep last night. I'm not all the way better. My voice is still a little sore, but it's getting there. But I thank y'all for hanging out, and y'all have a blessed day. And I will see y'all later. Alright, bye.